Hey guys, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson. So we've been getting a ton of emails and questions regarding how to handle a really heavy, deep ball when you guys are at the baseline. And I've done free videos on this in the past, but today I'm going to go all in and open with a three-part series this week on how to really feel confident handling a heavy, deep ball from your opponent. Okay, we've got two options. The first and kind of the very obvious one would be to step up and take the ball on the rise. Okay, but for today, we're going to discuss moving back away from this really heavy, deep ball. And what I want to go into today is specifically just the footwork pattern of how to get yourself in position to handle this shot. All right, so I'm going to be in a position where I'm relatively close to the baseline, start of the rally, haven't seen much yet. And at the time that I see that really kind of glaringly big ball coming at me, out of my split step, there's basically a three-part move here, okay? So I've come off my split. The first move to get me back there is a big lunge with the right leg. This is for all you right-handers. We're talking about going into the forehand. Okay, I want that big lunge helping get that weight distributed back very quickly and very kind of powerfully. So it would be something like this. Upper body gets loaded. I've got weight on that leg. Now, the ball is heavy. I clearly need to cover more distance going back. So the second move I want you guys to make coming off that lunge is a crossover step with this left leg. And you can see, coming off a crossover and then planting my right foot, I've just covered a pretty good amount of ground away from the baseline without much effort, okay? Now, what generally constitutes this really heavy ball I'm trying to play against is that it's going to get up out of my strike zone. There's usually a ton of topspin on it, and it's up out of my strike zone. So after I make that lunge and crossover, the ball is still most likely sitting high. And me being 6'7", this is only higher for you guys that are not quite as tall as me. So the really important next move, the third move in this sequence, is to jump, all right? And where I want to jump from is off of my right leg to land back onto my left leg. And the importance there is that it frees up our swing. We're ultimately trying to get back and handle this ball, albeit out of our strike zone, with a stroke similar to what we would use from the baseline. And the biggest trouble I see most of my players getting into is as they get back here and they get loaded, if they don't jump and instead they just kind of peek up here on this right leg, the upper body locks and the swing can't release. We're talking about a high ball without the shoulders and hips uncorking. We're not going to have any success with that shot. So the jump allows us to free up from the waist up and release the swing. All right, so watch this without me having hit a ball yet. Again, I know it's very tricky to be thinking about footwork as we're trying to hit a moving object. So I suggest you guys go out and practice this footwork pattern without having hit a tennis ball. Do it 5 or 10 times. Get used to how it feels getting back there and releasing, and then start to incorporate the ball. So it's that split step, it's that lunge, and it's that jump and release of the stroke, okay? Mark's going to feed a couple in here. Let's see how this looks going against the tennis ball, okay? All right, there's a good example right there. Covered a lot of ground, balls still out of my strike zone. Take a look at it again, maybe in slow motion this time. All right, so I like that right there. That is not the world's most comfortable tennis ball to play against. If you're playing against people who are hitting that shot, ultimately we do end up wanting to take a ball on the rise so we can get out of that situation. But I think if you guys go out and practice that footwork pattern, you're gonna find that you're doing a lot more damage from the deep part of the court than those players who kind of freeze up against that shot and, like I said, kind of lock up. Then you're just trying to survive that ball, and that player's gonna have a lot of success against you, all right? So go out and practice that footwork pattern. Look for the next couple videos in this sequence coming later in the week. And until then, please click like below this video. And if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do so, as well as check down below me in the description of this video. You'll find the link to 3 free courses Mark and I have put together. I think you'll find those great as well. All right, so until next time, be well. We'll see you soon.